Um, guys, as much as possible, ayokong mangbas ng individual, ayokong mangbas ng certain leaders. So, ayun na ha, DDS, wag niyo akong awayin ha, pero sinasabi ko sa inyo.
Mabuhay! My name is AIDS.
Hola, I'm Chow.
Sawadika, this is Trix.
Annyeong, this is Jigs.
Konnichiwa, my name is Yuki, and welcome to
The Rainbow Perspective.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the colorful comeback to the young and beautiful Yun and the Rainbow Perspective. Season 2 na!
Hey!
Ayun, hindi pa tapos ang 2020 and so are we. We are coming back for so many things for you guys to look forward to. Meron tayong mas confronting na mga insights. We will also have more fun kasi mas maging interactive itong ating season. Not only amongst the five of us, but to our guests and also to you guys, our listeners, di ba? So stay tuned. We will also have more relatable topics. Alam kong gustong-gusto nyo yun from the last season. And ang gustong-gusto nyo pa talaga yung mga mapanakit na hugot at unsolicited advice naming lahat. So, for me, just stay tuned and watch out for more. Ayan, ayoko nang patagalin to kasi alam ko naghintay kayo ng matagal para mapakinggan lahat ng magaganda at borta naming boses. Ay, nako. So, ayun, we are back with this episode and I think what other way to come back, di ba? Than a topic about comeback. So, our topic today is resilience. So, coming back to the young and beautiful you. Chicks, paano nga? Si Angelica, go.
Oh my God, pressure ako. Come back to the young and beautiful you. Ganun.
Anyway, ayan, sige, let's start with, first siguro define natin what resilience really is. I'm tawagin po ating resident psychologist.
resident psychologist, resident chemist.
Yes, resident grammarian and Webster dictionary, ganon. AIDS, take it away.
Lucky color is red, lucky number is 73. Oh, joke tayo.
Meron tayong free meal. Gamitin natin ito.
Patabalik po umagang kay ganda.
Umagang kay ganda.
Hi everyone. So I think a very quick definition of what resilience is the ability to overcome a burden. And the thing about resilience is that we don't know if after the burden tayo ba ay okay or tayo ba ay scathed forever. So I think that's a very quick definition of resilience, Jigs. So,
right. Thanks, AIDS. And that's really true. Lalo na ngayong 2020 na sobrang dami nangyari sa atin. It started, if I can remember correctly, bushfires sa Australia. Sino dito yung nagkaroon ng, if you are a victim ng bushfires sa Australia, yung Taal dito sa Manila, saan ba Taal? Sa Tagaytay. So,
Batangas.
Yun. So, sa Batangas, ang dami. Tapos nagka-COVID. May iba tayong mga listeners siguro who experienced COVID. Even some of us here experienced COVID. Not just kung victim ka ng COVID, but because of how you have to adjust everything in your life right now because of COVID. So, ayun, may mga nag-stop na wala ng trabaho. Na-experience ko rin na mawala ng trabaho for a month. Ikaw din, Chicks, di ba? Naghanap ng karamay.
Na-experience ko mawala ng trabaho for 3 months.
Exactly. So, ayun, ang daming areas to look into about resilience. We have career, finances, relationships, and a lot more. So, I think it's good to start with career. Yun yung pinag-usapan namin ni Chicks, and I think one best person to talk about career is Yuki. Yuki, what can you say about resilience sa aspect ng career?
In terms of resilience naman kasi, pagdating sa career, we all know that there are plenty of people na nawalan ng trabaho, panandali ang nag-pause, and sometimes there are some promotions or projects or yung mga goals nila na naudlot. So, the only thing that we have to consider first, if let's say we're going through in a very traumatic experience, tragedy, or let's say failure, lalong-lalo na sa career natin, no?
Mhm.
Everything went down south. It is very important for us to acknowledge it first. We have to make sure that we acknowledge that this is really happening. This is what happened to me and all. From that circumstance, or alam mo yun, yung ganung kalagayan, let's identify bakit ba nangyari to in the first place.
Mhm.
We have to identify kung ano bang nag-drive nito. If it's you, if there are some things na misses natin, or let's say some additional factors, we have to identify those. After knowing those things, we also need to identify ano ba yung mga importanteng bagay na nung na-miss natin yon, what could have been the other outcome kung halimbawa hindi natin siya na-miss. And then from there, after assessing everything, we have to, kumbaga parang yung practice na collect, and then select. We have to select ano yung mga babaunin natin, right? To from that experience, what are our learnings in order for us to move forward. Sabi nga ni Eats kanina, pwedeng hindi ako okay after that incident, pwedeng okay ako. But regardless of what will be the outcome, it is very important na maging resilient tayo. We need to move forward in order for us to grow as well as human. That is very important lalo sa trabaho. Recently kasi, just to share, may mga nagsasabi sa akin na ay nag-fail na ako, ayoko na. Let's not stop there. 'Di ba? So maliit man 'yan o malaking bagay, lalong-lalo na sa trabaho, which is napaka-importante ngayon. We always need to move forward. Yun lang naman sa akin para sa career. First, thank you, Jigs.
Wow, na-pressure ako doon. I really like your point there when you say na you have to acknowledge it first. And when you said na there are instances na talaga at times that you would really fail. I think resilience wouldn't be there without failure. Yun yung pinaka-ano ko doon. Parang yung
Ay,
takeaway
ganda
ko
nun.
doon. Kasi what
like
will you
that.
be resilient about if you didn't fail? O kaya walang trauma, o kaya walang setback. So, good job.
Period.
Acknowledge mo yung part na yun. Kasi pag hindi mo
Period.
na-acknowledge yung part na yun, there's no what's there to jump back out or parang to bounce back from, di ba? So, good job. And in line with career naman kasi talaga, ito yung source of income natin. Sobrang parang sensitive siya sa ating lahat. Kasi, di ba, minsan iba, akala nila career lang. There are also some aspects ng buhay natin na minsan nga wala pang career, hirap na tayo sa buhay. And there's, I think it's also good to talk about resilience from finances. Yung paano pag walang-wala ka talaga, how do you bounce back from that? Ito naman po ulit ang ating resident psychologist.
Tawagin po natin si Zenaida Seva.
So, AIDS will talk about resilience with finances. Go, AIDS.
Siguro sa finances lang, siguro sa age natin, I think sobrang rare ng breed ng mga tao ngayon na wala silang iniisip, di ba? Na parang nakakaingit na ang daming taong sana, yun lang, tulog lang sila. Tapos, kumikita sila ng pera. Pero, for a few select people out there, na, for example, panganay, breadwinner, or whatnot, parang it comes naturally na din bilang Pilipino na wala kang, if, ramdam mo naman if you are struggling financially, especially sa family mo, and parang automatic na yung gear shift mo going to, ay, tutulong ako. Diba? Siguro, being in a position wherein finances is something that is shaky, even up until now, I'd be very honest, diba, na mahirap na parang you learn something about yourself na feeling mo before na hindi mo kayang gawin. So I think, yun, parang for example, hindi ka open sa pangungutang before, and parang ayaw mo yung idea kasi yung ego mo is sobrang taas na parang, alam mo yun, pero you will come to a point, or I came to a point, for example, wherein, yun, walang-wala na talaga, and you would really explore different options to, you know, to be okay financially, and this is in the aspect of taking care of your family. Um, and I think that's resilience. Siguro to my point earlier, resilience is not a linear thing, if that makes sense. Na parang if you overcome something, tapos ka na. For finances, I think some people out there rather, it's not linear, it's cyclical, if that makes sense. Na parang nasa taas ka, bababa ka. Nasa taas ka, bababa ka. I think ang tip lang na mabibigay ko in terms of finances is that you need to understand din, you need to baseline sa sarili mo, gaano ba kalaki yung kaya mong i-let go or sa sarili mo. Kasi you need to really lessen yung tingin mo sa sarili mo in a good way, in a good way. Kasi you will put more importance to other aspects in your life aside from yourself. And if you are that type of person like me, that I see light in those situations, even if it's very hard, I think that is a very good thing in terms of resilience. Kasi even if wala kang material na balik sa'yo, you're learning a lot in the process of being resilient. So, yun. Ayun.
Sobrang ganda naman nun. I like that. Parang lahat na lang ng mga points niya, like ko. Anyway, pero totoo yun, AIDS, when you said na it's ano yun, cyclical, paano ulit yung grammar, yung English nun, yung gulong ng palad, ganun na lang.
Oo, ganun yun.
I would say na gulong
Water
ng palad.
cycle, ganun.
Yes. Pero totoo yun, na sometimes, even if ako I would say hindi din ako ganun ka-secured financially, lalo na pa ikaw yung breadwinner or you provide for your family. And even if you are secured financially, there are things na hindi mo kontrolado. Like, kunyari, magkasakit. Sobrang minsan ngayon, sobrang mahal magkasakit ngayon. Tapos lahat ng inipon mo, goodbye. Ang hirap kaya mag-bounce back from that. And I like when you said, lahat na lang like ko, no? So, I like when you said na parang, you have to take action. You have to, yun na lang, yung parang, yung instances na ayaw mo mangutang, pero you have to accept that fact na there are things that you have to take courage on and do it, di ba? To change your life. So, hindi naman ibig sabihin na pag nangutang ka, hindi ka magbabayad. Hindi ka na responsible. So, I think, point ni Yuki kanina is to accept or acknowledge the things that you have there, accept the things that you cannot change, and to point ni Id siguro ngayon, have the courage to change the things that you can. So, I really like that.
Laban.
Diba? Lumalaban tayo
Ayan.
ngayon. Hindi ko din kinaya yung mga points ninyo, guys. Anyway, ayun.
Jigs, sorry na, siguro gusto ko lang i-add kasi parang, di ba, minimension nyo and minention ni AIDS kanina yung actions mo if ever na mag-lead ka sa isang situation na talagang bagsak ka financially. So, and I don't want to sound privileged na inuutusan ko or nag-a-advise ako sa mga tao na ito yung gawin. But let's all be honest na having a percentage of your salary as part of your savings is really important. And again, ayokong magtunog na feeling ko sobrang laki ng savings ko kasi aminin din natin na merong mga ibang tao na kahit na anong sipag nila, kahit na anong bigat ng trabaho ang pine-perform nila on a daily basis, minsan talaga kasi hindi sapat yung na-earn mo. So, hindi mo din talaga masigurado na 20% ng salary ko is ilalagay ko sa savings. But, prevention is better than cure, sabi nga nila. So, siguro yun lang, an advice that I can give is really to save money. Kasi example, yung COVID, ako, kung kunyari, nung nawalan ako ng work ng May, at wala akong na kahit na konting natira for myself, yung pang-emergency, ganyan, ay, hindi ko talaga alam kung saan ako pupulutin ng mga 3 buwan na wala akong work. So, yun lang. Just wanna share na, again, having a percentage of your salary as your savings is necessary.
Yes, thank you, Chicks. Good catch naman doon. Guys, sa mga kailangan po ng financial advisor, pwede po kayo kay Chicks. Charot lang.
Ayan, kaya sasabi ko eh. Charot.
Nangangailangan ng scholarship.
Oh my God.
Balik eskwela program, ganyan.
Ang bilis naman mag-ricochet. Ako, mamaya pa ako, di ba?
Pero tama naman yung point mo, Chicks. Tama naman talaga. Then everything naman talaga. Yung sa resilience point kasi ng resilience, hindi naman ibig sabihin na hindi ka nag-prepare for it eh. Sometimes you've prepared for it, but worse things happens. Ganun lang talaga. Pero, ayun, prevention is better than cure. Really good point din doon. And I would say din, totoo naman, you really have to save. Kasi di ba hindi mo kasalanang pinanganak kang mahirap, pero kasalanan mo pag you remain mahirap. So, how do you take action about it, di ba? So, ayun. So, kailangan din there's a change in lifestyle. Ang resilience kasi hindi lang siya parang, nakaahon ako. May malaking change, kairita. Charot, sorry. Ayan na nga. Sorry ko na ako.
Kairito. Sabay-sabay nga tayo. Sige na, please. Request lang.
Okay. On three.
Sige.
On three.
On three, sige. 1, 2, 3.
Kairita. Ay, nako.
Oh my God.
Nawala na to yung point ko.
Sorry, Jigs.
Hindi, okay lang yan. Pero ayun lang guys, resilience, it doesn't mean na parang in a snap of a finger, you are from point A na sa point B ka na agad. Hindi siya ganun. There's that work that you need to do between point A and point B. So, really good. Point A, speaking about point A and point B, meron tayong in our lives, may mga common na point A and point B tayo. For example, sa relationships, point A, kayo, masaya kayo ngayon, nagmamahalan kayo. Akala mo. Akala mo siya na.
Oh my God.
Akala mo siya na. Kaya pinagpalit ka pala. Pero ayun, totoo naman. Kasi ayun, I think that's one more crucial thing na pag-usapan natin about resilience ngayon. And yun yung feeling ko isa sa mga gustong papakinggan ng ating mga listeners ngayon. We've talked about so many things about relationships in the past season. But what does it really take for you to be resilient in relationships? Ciao, pasok.
Gusto ko yun.
Ganun naman.
Ang lakas baka magandang buhay.
Oo. Ano to? Report.
Ma'am si Carla, ganyan.
So being resilient sa relationship, kasi there can be a lot of scenarios kasi sobrang wide naman ng relationships, di ba? So, bilang na-mention mo, yung point A tsaka point B mo doon na, mucho, sorry, na-distract ako. Ang cute ni mucho. Right. So, yung point A and point B na una, point A, happy kayo, and then point B, biglang, hindi na kayo masaya, di ba? During this pandemic or during ECQ, especially during these times, kasi nga, di ba, parang sobrang hirap na magkita ng mga magjowa. So, sobrang daming mga nangyari din. And, di ba, issue. Talaga may issue na ako sa utak ngayon. Kasi syempre, mga bali-balita, charot, na like, naging common, like, sobrang daming nangyari na cheating na nangyayari because they got bored, especially during this pandemic, at saka nasanay silang mag-uusap na lang palagi, virtually. So parang nawala na sila ng excitement sa relationship, di ba? So to those na nawala ng jowa, sa mga lang jowa dyan, charot, sorry chicks, pero charot yan.
Ayoko na. Kairito.
The attack.
The attack. Grabe siya.
Being resilient siguro, in that case, kasi first, I would agree with you, na parang you need to acknowledge siguro the fact na you're hurt, di ba? Kasi minsan, nalulugmok tayo sa depression, tapos kasi wala lang, naiisip lang natin na depressed tayo, yun lang. We do not really totally acknowledge it na depressed tayo, na nasaktan tayo. Sometimes we blame ourselves. We ask ourselves kung pangit ba ako? Kapalit-palit ba ako? And Liza Soberano ka, girl. But yeah, di ba? Umaabot tayo sa ganong point di ba? So parang with our previous season, for sure na pag-usapan natin yung DAPTA, di ba? Yung process of depression. So, kasama naman talaga lahat yun. Pero, at the end of the day, tayo lang din naman nagde-decide for ourselves di ba? we need to control ourselves din naman and force ourselves to be okay. Diba? It's not in just a snap na magiging okay ka kagad. No. It's not as easy as that. Maybe if you mastered it kasi you had your heart broken multiple times, for sure feeling ko magiging master ka na chicks, hindi ikaw yon. So, charot. Huwag ka mag-react, hindi ikaw yan. Diba? I mean, it would take time siguro na parang, okay, tomorrow magde-decide akong okay na ako. Kasi pinipilit mo din sarili mo somehow, di ba? Na maging okay. And I think it's really important na isipin din natin, I mean, let's try to be optimistic pa din kahit sobrang sakit na everything would be okay.
That's
Diba?
true.
Ayun.
Oh, parang pinig ko, dama ko yung huling point ni Chow. Kahit masakit, everything is going to be okay. That's
Oo nga,
true.
no? May kurot.
Sobra, nasaktan ako. Parang nabuhay yung sugat ko 3 years ago. Charot.
Ay!
Oh!
Hindi,
Tatanong
hindi.
pa!
Hati, hindi. Pero
Oh
totoo
my
yun.
goodness. Ungkata ng pa.
Pero totoo naman talaga yun na parang I think pag fresh pa talaga yung pain sa'yo, ang hirap ang hirap makita na may there's hope. But I think that's the key message of this all. Resilience requires hope. Hindi, sometimes, naman napansin niyo pag na-broken-hearted ka, kahit anong advice sa'yo, kahit anong simpatya ibigay sa'yo ng mga tao, minsan hindi mo naririnig yun at hindi mo na-digest.
Bingi ka. Yes.
Oh, parang ganon. Kasi parang yung the pain defends you. May defense ba?
Or selective hearing.
Yeah, totoo yun. Kasi ayun,
Ay, gusto ko yun.
yun siguro pinaka-tip ko dito sa relationships. Wow, nagbigay ng tip. Unsolicited advice nga, di ba? So, ang pinaka-ano ko dito, lalo na sa mga taong may nakita sila na friend nila broken o kaya in pain sa relationships, sometimes yung friend mo na yun doesn't really need your sympathy. Hindi naman niya kailangan ng sympathy. Kasi, at saka kahit anong advice mo sa kanya, hindi niya naman talaga ano yun. I think that your friend needs to see hope. Kasi yun yung pinaka give that person a reason to continue and to go on. Kasi yun talaga that would make it easier for that person to really bounce back and be resilient and accept that these things happen talaga sa life, na ang pinaka-take away ko nga last time sa kay Yuki, na parang yung, ano yung sabi mo, Yuki, last season, na pag hindi ito yung tao, you're one step closer to the right.
One step closer to the right person.
Totoo. So give people hope in every aspect of their lives. Yun naman talaga. There should be hope. Wala na ata akong mabibigay na summary closing speech ko, parang inubos ko na lahat sa mga ko sa inyo. Pero totoo yun, guys, when they say that when there's hope, habang may buhay, may pag-asa. Ako, I would say, habang may pag-asa, may buhay. Kasi, ayun talaga, yun yung pinaka-importante. Ayun lang.
Buhay, may dolomite.
Kaya, ayun, really good. Thank you, Chow. Alam ko, yung relationship encompasses not just romantic relationship lang din naman, but also family, your friendship, and all that. So, really good point. Love it. Ito na. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung next topic natin. Tapos, i-wrap up na kaya natin to. Ay, nandiyan pala si Chicks.
Meron po tayong guest. Wow, my guest. Charot.
Anyway.
Feeling guest.
I think one more thing siguro, I think ang dami kasing things na kailangan natin maging resilient about. But siguro, one of the things that encompasses this all is yung mga current events, yung mga nangyayari sa atin, like the typhoon, the bagyo, typhoon and bagyo is isa, yung vulkan, and everything, the COVID, everything.
At lumipad ang aming team.
Yes! Ito na po siya. Ang kapuso ninyong lahat.
Manay, Jessica Soho. Sorry.
To talk about resilience sa current events natin. Current events natin. Chicks will, I think, summarize or give us a good understanding on how to be resilient in every aspect of our lives. Go, Chicks!
Grabe naman. So, yun na nga, lumipad ang aming team. Charot.
Ay, nako, ewan ko sa'yo.
Nakakaloka kayo. Siguro ano lang, gusto kong mag-start na sabihin na nakakalungkot nga yung mga nangyari ng mga nakaraang buwan. Especially yung, I think, yung, ilan ba yung 3 na sunod-sunod na bagyo, no?
Yes.
Na tumama sa Philippines. So, a lot of people got affected, yung mga nasa Region 5 natin na mga kababayan. Dito sa Manila, pinakamalaking natama. Ay, even yung mga kabayan ko sa Quezon, mga natamaan din sila ng bagyo. And then yung dito sa Manila, ang pinakamalakas is yung kay Ulysses. So, siguro gusto kong sabihin muna na our thoughts and our prayers are with you guys kasi obviously nakakalungkot yung mga naganap. And being resilient in this trying times, sobrang nakaka-proud yun na trait ng isang Pilipino. And isa to sa mga ugali natin na kilala sa buong mundo. I can remember na ang pinakamalaking naging issue, hindi man issue, pero ang pinaka tumatak sa utak ng mga ibang tao sa ibang bansa and even international media was yung Yolanda na nakita nila yung mga pictures ng mga Pinoy na naglalakad sa baha, na nakasmile, and then tinutulungan yung isa't isa, yung mga naapektuhan ng bagyo. So, yun nga, nakakatuwa that we are resilient. But, sometimes, I feel, well, ako lang to, I'm not sure if everybody will agree, but minsan hindi na siya dapat kinoconsider as a badge of honor. And only because ginagamit kasi siya, or siguro naman hindi on purpose na ginagamit, pero minsan may tendency na nagagamit siya ng mga responsible people sa bansa natin. They're using it as an excuse to not be accountable sa mga bagay-bagay na naganap previously. So, guys, as much as possible, ayokong mang-bash ng individual, ayokong mang-bash ng certain leaders. Oh, ayan na ha, DDS, wag niyo akong awayin ha, pero sinasabi ko lang sa inyo, ayoko. Ito
The views and opinions of our guests.
Yes, do not reflect the views and opinions of the network. Oh, gusto mo yun? So,
Okay, go.
ayun nga, gusto ko lang sabihin na dito sa statement ko na to, ako lang to, I'm not saying na itong 4 na kasama ko sa PRP, lahat sila mag-a-agree sa kung anong sasabihin ko. But again, wala akong pinapoint out na kahit na sino. I'm just gonna say na siguro hindi natin dapat over-glorify si resilience kasi yun nga, nagagamit siyang excuse ng ibang tao. Tapos medyo nakakalungkot pa, example lang itong sa bagyo nga. And I will, nag-burp ako, gusto mo yun. Sorry guys, apakat no. Pa-edit out. Kasi naman, laklak ako ng laklak ng
Busog.
beer. Kaya
Sama mo yan. Beer ka pa.
super
Yes.
laklak ng beer si mami. Lasing na pala si ate. But ayun, bukod sa naging excuse siya ng mga leaders natin, nakakalungkot kasi again, I will be very specific itong kay Ulysses. Dahil nga, ginagawa nilang excuse yung resilience nating mga Pilipino, wala silang ginagawang action. And nakakalungkot yon kasi obviously, tayo yung kawawa. And to be honest, I feel like Filipinos were not born resilient. Naging resilient lang tayo kasi wala tayong choice. Kailangan natin maging resilient kasi hindi tayo mayamang bansa. So, hindi lahat kayang i-provide ng, or hindi, mali yung statement ko. Kailangan natin maging resilient because it could be na mayaman naman pala tayong bansa. But obviously, the money that we're paying sa taxes natin, it's not being spent on important things. Dolomite, alam mo yan,
Sige,
guys.
salita ka.
Boom! I wanna set that as an example, yung Dolomite. And thank you, AIDS, for having the Manila Bay as your background tonight. Pero, ayun, gusto ko sabihin, guys, this is sobrang harsh nito. But this is an idiotic project for me. Hindi ko naiintindihan kung bakit kailangan nating depensahan at sabihin na the Dolomite Project is something that can help ease our mental health issues. I don't think that's right. And kunyari, million, hindi ko alam yung exact figure, pero di ba million yung in-spend nila for the Dolomite Project? Bakit hindi nyo na lang yan in-spend sa mga action items na pwedeng makatulong sa mga tao kapag babahain or mga ganong eksena, relief operations, whatever. And guys, ito yung gusto ko i-point out ha. Isa sa mga points na gusto ko sabihin, meron kasi ako mga nababasa sa social media na people are saying, ay hindi naman mapipigilan ng presidente ang bagyo o ganyan, talagang natural calamity yan, dadaan naman talaga yan sa mga buhay natin. And that's right. Walang makakapigil ng bagyo kasi dadaan talaga yan kahit na si presidente, si vice-presidente o kung sino man tao, walang makakapigil ng bagyo. Pero meron tayong tinatawag na actions. Babalik ako dun sa point na sinabi ko kanina, prevention is better than cure. Hindi mo kailangan maghintay na bagyuhin ka na bago ka pa kumilos. Meron kang, bilang isang leader, nasa iyong responsibility na yun, dapat meron kang brain cells para maisip na dadating ang bagyo, again, hindi natin ito mapipigilan, so dapat handa tayo. Meron tayong mga concrete action plans. Sabi nga ni Ate Rabia, charot. So dapat daw, meron tayong mga concrete action plans, di ba? Kasi, again, wala eh. Tas, isa pa siguro gusto kong i-point out is, umaasa ang mga leaders natin kasi nga iniisip nila, resilient naman ang mga nasasakupan ko, resilient naman ang mga Pilipino, resilient naman ang nasa barangay ko, ang nasa bayan ko. So, aasa na lang tayo sa tulong ng mga private citizens. And guys, ang mga private citizens, hindi sila madamot. Nagbibigay sila ng tulong, nagbibigay sila ng ayuda. But, asan ang taxes, guys? Saan ang punta? Ang binabayad namin. Anong ginawa nyo? Pinandolomite nyo lang, ganyan. So, ayun.
Gigi had it, girl.
Masaya itong episode na to, so ayokong basagin kasi ako yung huli. But yun lang, gusto ko lang sabihin na dapat hindi na natin masyadong pinapauso ang salitang resilience. Dapat ang pinapauso na natin na salita ay accountability. Yes.
Yes.
So,
Period.
and that's on.
Period.
So yun. Yun lang guys. But
Period.
again, ayun, gusto kong sabihin na at the end of the day, masaya at nakaka-proud bilang isang Pilipino na resilient tayo. Pero let's not over-glorify it because our leaders are using it as an excuse to be incompetent. Shaleme.
So, maraming salamat din sa iyo, chicks. Anyway, totoo yun. And I like to stress your point there, chicks, na you have to really be accountable. Kasi, mas masakit kasi sa resilience. Alam niyo what makes resilience more difficult? And ito wala na to sa bullet points ko na naka-ready today. Just a realization while chicks was speaking. Mas masakit sa resilience, kaya nahihirapan yung tao maging resilient kasi there is regret. Alam niyo, when there is regret, kasi there was an opportunity for you to avoid this failure. There was an opportunity for you to avoid this circumstance. Kaya parang ang hirap kairita ulit.
Diba? Hindi lang ako ang irita tonight. Lahat tayo irita.
Pero alam mo yun, ang sakit, ang hirap mag-bounce back talaga. Pag alam mo na, sana nagawa ko pala to. Sana I could have used my funds correctly sa savings. Sana I could have invested more sa relationship. Sana sa career naman, sana nag-aral pa ako o kaya parang nag-learn pa ako more. If there were opportunities set for you and you didn't take it, paano pa bumagsak ka, paano mas masakit, at saka paano mas mahirap mag-bounce back. But and I think one crucial step for resilience pa din is really take accountability dun sa mga mistakes mo na yun. Acknowledge that, know na nangyari na sa'yo yung failure na yun, be accountable for it and take actions. Ang masakit lang, ang hirap lang, kahit resilient ka na and you don't take action, wala kang pupuntahan. And I think the same goes to the Philippines, or Philippines talaga. Nag-iisa na ako. Pero
The universe rather. The same goes with the universe or sa ating lahat na if you don't take action, yung resilience is just a myth for you.
So, wala kang papupuntahan kung ganun at ganun man landing lamang. With that having said, thank you so much sa mga points ninyong lahat. I think ang daming napulot ng ating mga listeners ngayon. Maybe just a quick, siguro closing spiel o kaya closing remarks from each of you. Tell us kung ano siguro yung pinaka-takeaway nyo sa discussion natin today. Simulan ko, random na to. Simulan ko kay Ate Yuki.
Ay,
Go.
random ha?
So, random. Go, kaya mo yan.
3 points. Acknowledge, learn from it, take actions. That's how you do resiliency.
Perfect. Thank you. And AIDS?
Just to quote Maya Angelou, sabi niya, I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. So I think being resilient is something that we can all do. It's just a matter of keeping your head up and making sure that you see the light at the end of the tunnel and everything's gonna be okay. So, yun lang. And it's good to be back, guys.
Yes, it really is. And salamat, AIDS. Ciao.
Ano siguro, at the end of the day, it would still be our decision to be okay.
Oh,
Parang may kurot talaga yung kay Chow. Di ko get.
totoo. Ay, anyway, hugot. Chicks, kapuso mo. Jessica. Ikaw na.
Lumipad ang aming team. Charing. Siguro ano lang, so di ba yung isang pinanood natin sa Netflix na series, ano yan, It's Okay to Not Be Okay. So, dadating talaga yung mga punto sa buhay natin na lugmok, basag, durog. But, pwede mo siyang i-embrace dun sa moment na yun kasi that's part of your moving on process. Pero, yun nga, pagkatapos nun, make sure na meron kang bounce back. Kasi sabi nga ni Ate Jolina, charot, wala ko sasabihin. Eme lang yun. So, go guys. Charot lang.
Winner. Ay, nako. Anyway, thank
Kasi
you, Chicks.
na-pressure ako kay AIDS, may pa-coach siya. So,
Oo nga.
I believe in the words of Jolina Magdangal. Kung pabebe ka chong, ako na ang malinis gawin.
Oh my God. Thank you, Chicks. I think that sums it all up. For me, guys, I think parting words ko today is for resilience, it really takes for you to see the bad. Kailangan natin makita yung bad. Find the good. Hanapin, you have to take action in finding the good and take action. And when you take action, ask yourself, is this good for me? Kasi some of our actions hindi naman talaga mabuti sa atin. And I think that's one way for you to really come out of the circumstance that you have right now. Ayun, always find hope in everything. Find the good lang lagi. So, there, that's it for me. It was fun. And it's really good to be back. Yes? Is it?
Yes!
Ay, parang English ako ng English. Ayoko mag-English. Anyway, thank you so much, Chick, Yuki, AIDS, and Chow for your thoughts and opinions about resilience. There are a lot of things in store for us pa in the next episodes. Mas masakit, mas masaya, at mas nakakabulabog.
Mas abala. Ganyan.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys. And I think that's it. See you at the other side of the rainbow. Bye!
Bye! Thank you.
Meron ba kayong gustong pag-usapan namin? Let us know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this video, and of course, please subscribe to our channel. See you at the other side of the rainbow.